Basically, SQL will be fall under RDBMS concept. Okay, SQL will be fall under what? RDBMS concept. So does anybody knows what is RDBMS? Anyone? RDBMS. RDBMS. Anyone? Full form of RDBMS. Yes, I need your response. Okay, so if you don't respond, then how can I understand?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's all. Like if you know, just say yes. If you don't know, just say no. There is no issues. I need your response. That's it. I told you in the first day of the class. Okay, I need your people responses. Okay, okay. So yeah, yeah. So RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. అర్థమవుతుందా? RDBMS stands for what? Relational Database Management System. Okay. So if you want to learn about SQL, okay. So before going to learn about SQL, first of all, you should know about RDBMS. Okay. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before you're going to learn a car, okay. So you have to understand how the clutch works, how the brakes work, how the acceleration works, how the engine works. So these are the things you should know, right? First. So in the same way, if you want to learn about SQL, first of all, you have to know about the RDBMS as well. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So SQL will follow the RDBMS mechanism. Understanding, Andy? SQL will follow what? RDBMS mechanism. Okay. So RDBMS stands for what? Relational Database Management System. Okay. So so this one we will be considering as advanced one. Okay. Advanced mechanism. Okay, now this one will be considering as what? Advanced mechanism. Okay, so before RDBMS, so there is a one more management system, so that is called as a DBMS. Before RDBMS, we have one more management system which is called a DBMS. Okay, so this is called as an outdated one. Okay, outdated. Okay, so after finishing this one, the successor will be RDBMS only. Understanding? Okay, so first of all, we'll learn about DBMS. Okay, then we will learn about RDBMS. Okay, so we'll discuss ఎందుకు మన DBMS వాడట్లేదు, why we are using RDBMS instead of DBMS. Okay, done. So ఈ రోజు కాన్సెప్ట్ మొత్తం ఇదే అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? Understanding or not? So guys, I need your responses. Tejashwi.
Yeah, we will understand.
Okay, so now give a side heading as the introduction of RDBMS and DBMS. Give a side heading as introduction of RDBMS and DBMS. Introduction of RDBMS and DBMS. Done with the side heading?
Yes, sir.
Introduction of RDBMS and DB. Okay, yeah.
RDBMS.
DBMS, RDBMS and RDBMS and DBMS. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So before going to give you the notes, okay. So let me recap whatever we have discussed. Okay. So before going to learn about SQL, okay. So first of all, we have to know about the RDBMS. Okay. So why do we have to learn about RDBMS? Means so this is a mechanism. Okay. This mechanism will be followed by the SQL server. Okay. Understanding? So
Yes,
I think this one can be considered as a heart of the SQL server. Okay. So because SQL server follows all of the rules and regulations of the RDBMS. Okay. So this one is an advanced model. Okay. And then so before that, so there was a one more database model called this is a DBMS. Okay. So this DBMS is an outdated one. Okay. So the recent one will be a RDBMS. So this is an updated one. Okay. Now, okay, so before going to learn about the RDBMS, okay, first of all, we learn about the DBMS. Okay, so what are the disadvantages we have? What are the advantages we have? Okay, So why we are not considering DBMS, why we are considering RDBMS. So these are the things today we are going to discuss in the concept. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So done with the side heading, everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now give a side heading as a DBMS. DBMS. So what I will do is, okay, so I will explain one point, okay. So for that point, then I will give you the brief explanation, okay. So I will give you one point, then I will give you one brief explanation about it. Done, Andy?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
So give a side heading as a DBMS. DBMS. I wanted everyone to be write down the notes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
DBMS. Done with the side heading?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So write down the first point. DBMS stands for Database Management System. DBMS stands for Database Management System. Next point. DBMS stores data. DBMS stores data. DBMS stores data in a hierarchical or navigational form. In hierarchical or hierarchical. HIE
J
RAR
R A R
CHICAL
K H hierarchy.
or navigational form. Or navigational form. Done?
Nav-
Navigational form. Okay, so write on the next point. Yeah. Okay. So
Navigational form.
form. Yeah, navigational form. Okay. So I will explain. Let me explain you what is hierarchical or navigational form. Okay. So everybody can see whiteboard, right?
Yes.
So first of all, hierarchical or navigational form. So first of all, let me explain what is hierarchical. Okay. So let's take one example. Okay. So like your grandparents, then your parents, then you. Correct? So this is one hierarchy, right?
Correct.
So root, okay, stem, branch, then leaf. So this is one hierarchy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is CEO, then CFO, then managers. Like these are the hierarchies, right? So in the same way, RDBMS also follows the storage mechanism as a hierarchical mechanism. Okay. So what does it mean? Okay. సో మనకు డ్రైవ్స్ ఉంటాయి అవునా మన హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో డ్రైవ్స్ ఉంటాయి అవునా కదండి ఈ డ్రైవ్ సి డ్రైవ్ డి డ్రైవ్ అని చెప్పేసి కరెక్ట్ ఈ డ్రైవ్స్ లో అగైన్ వి విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ ద సబ్ ఫోల్డర్స్ రైట్ ఫోల్డర్స్
Correct.
ఇన్ ద సబ్ ఫోల్డర్స్ అగైన్ వి విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ ద సబ్ ఫోల్డర్స్ రైట్ సో అలా మనకు సబ్ ఫోల్డర్స్ అలా ఎన్నైనా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు అవునా సో ఫైనలీ వి విల్ బి స్టోరింగ్ ఇన్ ద ఫోల్డర్స్ as a files రైట్
Yes.
సో ఫైల్ ఫోల్డర్స్ లోపల మనం ఫైల్ స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటాం ఓకే సో ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ సో దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో సిమిలర్ టు ద హైరార్కీ రైట్
Yeah.
No? So in the same way, however, this hierarchy follows in the same way the RDBMS also follow. Okay. So RDBMS stores data in the file system. Okay. File system. Okay. This file system follows the hierarchical model. This file system will follows the hierarchical model. Okay. So hierarchical model అంటే ఏంటి ఫస్ట్ మనకు డేటా అనేది డ్రైవ్ లో ఉంటుంది డ్రైవ్ తర్వాత మనకు ఫోల్డర్స్ ఉంటాయి ఫోల్డర్స్ లోపల సబ్ ఫోల్డర్స్ ఉంటాయి సబ్ ఫోల్డర్ లోపల మళ్ళీ మనకు ఫైల్స్ ఉంటాయి అవునా కదా So this is one hierarchy, right? So this hierarchy will be followed by the DBMS. Understanding?
Yes.
Okay. So next navigational form. So the hierarchy ni manam inkola ela pilustamante navigational form antamata. So if you see here, so this one can be navigational, right? So first one drive loki veltam, drive tarvata folder, tarvata sub folder, tarvata file loki veltam. So this is one navigation. Yes or no?
Correct.
Okay. So that's why what we call it as so DBMS follows the hierarchical or navigational form. Okay. So before going to the hierarchical or navigational form, okay, first the database, the DBMS stores the data in the file system. DBMS stores the data in a file system. Okay, file system follows the hierarchical or navigational form. Is that clear to everyone? Clear, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Yeah. So write on the next point. Write on the next point. DBMS uses
Sir,
DBMS uses file system to store data. DBMS uses file system to store data. DBMS uses file system to store data. Done?
yes, sir.
Okay, next. Same point. Okay. So there is no relationships between the data. So there is no relationships between the data. So I wanted to explain this point. Very, very, very important point. So there is no relationships between. So there is no relationships between the data. Done? There is no relationships between the data. Done, Andy?
Yes.
Okay. So ultimately, we will be storing the data in a file system. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So is it possible to establish the relationship between one file to one file in our laptops? Is it possible?
No.
No, right? So
Yeah.
that's why we cannot able to make a relationships between the data to data అనమాట. ఓకేనా? సో మనకి ఏంట్రా అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు మనకు ఫైల్ 1 లో మనకు డాక్యుమెంట్ ఉంది అనుకున్నాం. ఓకే, డిఓసిఎక్స్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ తో ఉంది. ఓకే, సో ఫైల్ 2 ఏంటంటే మనకు పీపీటీ లో ఉంది అనమాట. ఓకే, ఫైల్ 3 అంటే మనకు ఎక్సెల్ లో ఉంది అనమాట. ఓకే, సో వీ కెన్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు మేక్ రిలేషన్షిప్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద ఫైల్స్ టు ఫైల్. ఓకే, అండర్స్టాండింగ్? Because file system does not suppose a relationships. Understanding? File
Okay.
system does not support the relationship, so that's why there will be no relationships in the DBMS. Okay,
Okay.
one of the very, very important one. Okay, so అర్థమైందండి ఈ పాయింట్ అందరికి? DBMS does not support the relationships because file system does not support the relationships అనమాట. అందుకే మనకు DBMS అని మనకు ఫైల్ సిస్టమ్ రిలేషన్స్ ని మనకు సపోర్ట్ చేయదు. అండర్స్టాండింగ్? Okay, so if we discuss about the technical terminology, our relationships and word మనం technical terminology మాట్లాడుకోవాలంటే, okay, we will be call it as a normalization. What do we call? Normalization. Okay, so we will discuss about the normalization also in the same class. Okay, so write down the one point. Write down one point. Next point. Okay, it is also not possible to perform. It is also not possible to perform. It is also not possible to perform normalization. It is also not possible to perform normalization. The data can have high redundancy. The data can have high redundancy. The data can have high redundancy. So does anyone knows
High hidden.
Harshit, can you repeat the point?
the data can have
High
redundancy?
Depend- yeah, RE
DUN DANCY.
Okay, redundancy. Okay.
Redundancy. Okay, so anybody knows the meaning of redundancy? Anybody?
Normalization.
Redundancy. Okay, so I'll explain. So redundancy means duplication. Duplication. Okay, so if you see here, okay, so let me explain the same example. Okay, so if you have a file 1, okay, so on the same file you have one more time. Okay, file 1. Okay, so whatever the data you contain, say 1 2 3, so the same data also containing here also. Understanding? Okay, so we have a same file with the same data. Okay, so does it necessary to have a same file with the same data, guys? So for let's assume, so this has a 1 MB of data, so this also contains a 1 MB of data, so we have unnecessarily one extra 1 MB of data, right? Okay, so this will cause to, okay, performance issues. This will cause to performance issues in the real time. Okay, so in the real time, we will be considering even seconds also for the performance. Okay, we will be considering seconds also in the performance. Okay, so we will be considering 10 bytes also in the real time. Okay, so 10 bytes extra కూడా మనము వాడకూడదు రియల్ టైమ్ లో. అర్థమవుతుందండి?
Okay.
Okay, the space has to be very optimized. Okay, it has to be utilized very thoroughly. Understanding? Okay, so that's why in the real time we will not entertain the duplications in the data. Understanding? Okay, but ఇక్కడ ఏంట్రా అంటే మనకు DBMS లో high redundancy chances చాలా ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. Only the reason being was there is no relationships between the data to data. Understanding? Okay, so we cannot able to make a relationship between file to file, right? So let's assume, so we have a same file with the same data. Okay, so it is containing 1 MB of data, it is also containing 1 MB of data. So we don't have a relationship between this file to this file. Okay, so that's why we cannot able to identify the duplication. That's why we cannot able to identify the duplication. So we can able to identify, but it takes a lot of time. Let's assume in the D drive, in a folder, you have some hundreds of files. Okay, we have some hundreds of files అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా, సో ఈ హండ్రెడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫైల్స్ లో, సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు గో ఈచ్ అండ్ వన్ బై వన్ ఫైల్. అవునా కదండి?
Yes.
To find out the duplicates కదా. So it is a combination of combining all the human effort, right? So it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of human effort, right? So for that reason it's very hard to identify the duplications. Okay, that's why DBMS will be not used in the real time అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా, so this is very hard to find out the duplications. Okay, so that's why it will be having the high redundancy. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so write on the next point. Write on the next point. DBMS will contain DBMS will contain less data security. DBMS contain less data security. DBMS contain less data security. Only the reason being was there is no relationship. Okay. Okay, so done with the point. Done with the point, guys.
DBMS.
DBMS will be
With
having less data
data
security. Yeah. Less data security. Done now? Okay, so let me explain you that point. Okay, so we don't have a relationships between data to data. Okay, so if you are trying to delete this data F1, okay, so if we have a relationship, these two files will be come into a picture, it will stop deleting this data. అర్థమవుతుందా? Okay, but in this scenario we don't have a relationship between file to file. Okay, so that's why if you are deleting this one, okay, you can able to delete it because there is no any relationships between the data to data. Understanding?
Okay.
So in the real world, relationship is very important. In the if you go into life, if you hit to the floor, okay, so there will be some hundreds of relations in the table. Understanding? So that's why relationship concept is very important in the SQL server. Okay, so I will take 2 days of class for that relationship. Okay, so that you have to be understand very thoroughly. Done?
Yes.
Okay, so we are done with the DBMS. Okay, so now give a side heading as a RDBMS. 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 Done with the side heading?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, right on the point. RDBMS stands for RDBMS stands for RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. Relational Database Management System. So I hope those who have studied BSc Computer Science and BCom, they might be facing these subject, DBMS and RDBMS. Okay. RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. Done, Andy?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
So write down the next point. RDBMS is an advanced type of RDBMS is an advanced type of DBMS. RDBMS is an advanced type of DBMS. DBMS.
Advanced data.
RDBMS is an advanced type of
It's a type of
DBMS is an advanced type of RDBMS is an advanced type of DBMS. DBMS based on relational model.
Bro, if you don't mind, can you repeat once more?
Okay. So RDBMS is an advanced type of
Okay.
RDBMS is an advanced type of DBMS. RDBMS is an advanced type of DBMS based on relational model.
Bro.
RDBMS is an advanced type of DBMS based on relational model. Based on relational model. Done? Na?
Okay.
So in the brackets mentioned as ER models. Relational model దగ్గర bracket లో ER model mention చేసుకోండి. Keep it as a ER model. ఓకేనా? Model, comma. The tables in RDBMS are the tables in RDBMS are the tables in RDBMS are related to each other.
RDBMS.
The tables in RDBMS are related to each other. The tables in RDBMS are related to each other. Done? Na?
Yeah.
Okay. So next. So మనకు DBMS లో ఏంట్రా అంటే సో DBMS లో మనకు ఫైల్ సిస్టమ్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. But as we come to RDBMS, in RDBMS the data will be stored in the tabular format అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? So write down the next point. Write down the next point. RDBMS allows RDBMS allows storing, organizing. RDBMS allows storing, organizing and managing data and managing data and managing data more efficiently than a regular DBMS. Than the regular DBMS. It allows RDBMS allows storing, organizing and managing data more efficiently than the regular DBMS. Done? Na?
Bro, more efficiently.
More efficiently than the regular DBMS. Than the regular DBMS. Done, na, Andy?
Yes.
Okay, so ready the next point. RDBMS supports the normalization. RDBMS supports the normalization. RDBMS supports the normalization. RDBMS supports the normalization. So there will be no Okay, so there will be high security on that. So I will explain that point another time. So there will be high security. There will be high security than the regular DBMS. So there will be high security than the regular DBMS. So there will be high security than the regular DBMS. Done?
Regular.
Regular DBMS. Regular DBMS. Anandi? Okay. So write down the next point. RDBMS will store data. RDBMS will store data. RDBMS will store data in tabular format. RDBMS will store data in tabular format.
Right.
Tabular format. Done?
Yes.
Okay. So next point. Next point. It helps to minimize the data redundancy. It helps to minimize the data redundancy. It helps to minimize the data redundancy.
Minimize the
Data redundancy. Data redundancy. It helps to minimize the data redundancy. Done, Andy?
Yes.
Okay, so let's discuss each and every one point, okay, individually. So what was the first point? So it is an advanced type of DBMS, correct? So it follows the relational model, correct, Andy? So in RDBMS, so this is identical for the relationships, okay? So why? Because RDBMS supports data to store in tables format anamata. Ardhamautunda? RDBMS supports to store data in the tabular format, okay? So tables are what? It's a combination of columns and rows, correct, Andy?
Correct.
Table is a combination of columns and rows, correct? So this is called as a header, okay, or this one called as a schema, or this one called as a structure, or this one called as a columns, okay? So in the real time, so these are the terminologies to consider as a columns, okay? So this one we call it as a data or rows or records. Understanding? So మనము columns మనం ఏమంటామంటే structure అంటాం, లేదా header అంటాం, లేదా schema అంటాం, లేదా columns అంటాం, okay? So let's come into the rows. So rows will be considered as a data, rows or records అన్నమాట. Understanding, guys? Okay?
Yes.
So RDBMS లో ఏంటంటే మనకు డేటా అనేది మనకు టేబులర్ ఫార్మాట్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. Okay, so let's assume so we have a two tables. Okay, so ఈ టేబుల్ కి మనం రిలేషన్షిప్ ఎలా ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేస్తామంటే, okay, so with the columns అన్నమాట. Understanding? With the columns we can able to make a relationship between table to table. Understanding, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So does everybody heard about foreign key? Okay, so if you not listen means no issues, okay? So man relationships ఎలా establish చేస్తామంటే by using the foreign key, okay? So this foreign key will be a part of the constraints అన్నమాట, okay? So as of now no need to learn, okay? So I'm just giving you the heads up, okay? So man table to table man relationship ఎలా establish చేస్తామంటే with the help of columns అన్నమాట. Understanding? So with the help of columns we can able to make a relationship between the table to table, okay? So I told you in RDBMS it will provide the high level security, correct? So why I told you that point means, okay, so we have a relationship means it has a normalization anamata, okay na? So when we have a relationships means it has a normalization, okay na? So in normalization we have a 1NF, okay, 2NF and then 3NF. So these are the normalization forms we have, okay? So దీని మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే వన్ టేబుల్ నుంచి వన్ టేబుల్ రిలేషన్షిప్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ అవ్వడం, ఓకే, వన్ టేబుల్ నుంచి టూ టేబుల్స్ రిలేషన్షిప్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ అవ్వడం, ఓకే సో 3NF అంటే మనకు మల్టిపుల్ టేబుల్స్ నుంచి మల్టిపుల్ టేబుల్స్ కి రిలేషన్షిప్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేయడం అనమాట ఓకేనా సో ఇన్ RDBMS we will be having the lots of types to establish the relationship between table to table with the help of columns okay
Okay.
you have to be understand like manaku relationships ante we can be establish relationship between the table to table with the help of columns this one you have to keep it in your mind okay
Okay.
మన టేబుల్ కి రిలేషన్షిప్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ ఎలా చేస్తామంటే విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ కాలమ్స్ సో టు టేబుల్ టు ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ ద రిలేషన్షిప్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ కాలమ్స్ ఓన్లీ ఇస్ దట్ క్లియర్ టు ఎవ్రీబడి okay let's comes to high security wise okay so when you are trying to drop this table okay which means you are trying to delete this table you're trying to delete this table but you cannot able to do it why because the reason being is so this table has been related with this table okay there is a dependency okay so when there is a dependency deletion will be not possible is that clear to everyone when there is a dependency we cannot able to drop the particular object clear
Okay.
okay so man dependency ela establish ayindandi with the help of relationship only right
Mm.
okay so when we have a relationships we will be having the high security okay let's come to the data redundancy okay so data redundancy lo manaki entra ante so I told you when we have so duplicate ade manaku oka similar file two times repeat aithe manaku duplicate avuna kada
Correct.
so in RDBMS when there is a row has been repeated for the multiple times okay so to find out these rows to find out these repeated rows so we have a lots of features in RDBMS by using those features we can able to easily find out and then we can able to easily delete all those duplicated data clear
Mm.
so that's why we are telling you RDBMS is an advanced type of the DBMS okay na? So these are the features that's not supported by the DBMS okay so that's why RDBMS came into the picture clear to everybody
Yes.
any doubts you have please let me know now itself so after that we will be going to discussing about the differences between the DBMS and RDBMS any doubts so let me ask individually okay so Ajay Kumar human doubts unnaya
No, bro.
Praveen
No, sir.
Tejashvi any doubts
No doubts.
Hare Krishna
No, bro.
any doubts
No.
Sai Kumar
No, it's clear.
Sanju Shetty Shravani any doubts Shravani any doubts okay so I am hoping that everybody understood the DBMS and RDBMS points okay so now we are shifting into the differences between the DBMS and RDBMS so shall we jump
Yes.
so now you have to write down like parameter okay so please take down the table like this parameter RDBMS and DBMS so take down the differences table like this so we'll discuss okay so there everybody has to be passed if you do not pass means so it will be impact on you only okay
Okay.
so please make sure that these 2 months is not yours okay so these 2 months is leave it for the to learn the new concepts understanding
Sure.
okay so table draw చేసుకున్నారా అందరూ everybody written the table
Yeah, bro.
okay okay so the first parameter is storage the first parameter is storage so shall I start
Yeah.
okay so RDBMS lo DBMS stores data in files or sorry first RDBMS అయితే మనం పెట్టింది
Yes. RDBMS.
okay so write down data stored in tabular format. Data,
RDBMS, bro.
yes, RDBMS లో data stored in tabular format.
Stored in
Data stored in tabular format. Done అండి?
Yes.
Now let's come to the DBMS. Data stored in file system. Data stored in file system. Done అండి?
Yes.
Okay. So now next parameter is database structure.
RDMS.
Next parameter is database structure. Parameter. See, so storage అనే ఈ యొక్క parameter కి we have written the 2 points, right?
Correct.
Next, now you have to write down database structure. So దీనికి సంబంధించిన పాయింట్స్ ఇక్కడ రాసుకుంటాం అన్నమాట. అర్థమవుతుందా?
Okay.
ఇది హెడింగ్ అన్నమాట మనకు, ఓకేనా? So మనకు individual రాసుకునే it will take a lot of space to write, right? That's why the table only we have done like this. Okay, so storage key RDBMS stores it in a tabular format. It will store it in the file system, correct? So now we have coming into the second thing, which is called a database structure. Okay. So shall I start with the point?
Yes.
Yeah, so
So write down RDBMS uses RDBMS uses RDBMS uses tabular structure.
bro.
RDBMS uses tabular structure. Tabular structure. Where it contains headers are the columns. Where it contains headers are the columns. And rows contains the corresponding values. And rows contains the corresponding values. Okay, so let me explain you this point. So I want no one to be confused with this.
And rows contains the
Rows contains the corresponding values. Done na? Done na ande?
Yes.
Okay, so just see the whiteboard. So let's assume we have a table 1. Okay, so this table 1 contains the employee ID. Okay, employee name and then employee data. Okay, so these are the headers, right? Okay, so ఈ headers కి సంబంధించిన డేటా మొత్తం మనకి rows లో వస్తుంది. Okay, so employee ID 1, so this employee ID 1 name will be A and then the database will be XYZ. Okay, next employee ID 2, this employee ID 2 name will be B, some this data but is XYZ. Okay na? So ఇలా ఏంటంటే మనకు ఈ కాలమ్ కి సంబంధించిన కరెస్పాండింగ్ వాల్యూస్ అన్ని ఇక్కడ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, చూసారా? అండర్స్టాండింగ్? సో ఆ పాయింట్ మీనింగ్ అదనమాట. ఓకేనా? అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఆర్ నాట్? Should I explain for one more time?
Yeah. Repeat the point, Ashwin.
Okay. So మనకు టేబుల్ అనేది మనకు ఇట్స్ కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ కాలమ్స్ అండ్ రోస్, కరెక్టా?
Correct.
So where we consider columns are the headers, right?
Yes.
Okay, సో డేటాని మనం ఏమంటే రోస్ లా కన్సిడర్ చేసుకుంటాం, కరెక్టా? సో మనకు ఇలాంటి కాలమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకుందాం. ఓకే, ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి, ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్, డేట్ ఆఫ్ బర్త్. ఓకే, సో ఈ కాలమ్స్ కి సంబంధించిన డేటా మనకు రోస్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. So
Okay.
these corresponding values will be stored
Okay,
in the
okay.
row level. Okay,
Mm.
సో అదే అనమాట. సో ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి 1 వచ్చేసి వాళ్ళ నేమ్ వచ్చేసి ఏ అనమాట, వాళ్ళ డేట్ ఆఫ్ బర్త్ వచ్చేసి XYZ. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి 2 యొక్క నేమ్ వచ్చేసి B, then the date of birth will be XYZ. So like that. Okay, like that the data will be get stored.
Okay.
Understanding?
Yes.
Okay, ఆ పాయింట్ అర్థమైంది కదండి అందరికి?
yeah, bro.
సో నౌ రైట్ ఆన్ ద థర్డ్ పారామీటర్. సారీ, DBMS ఇంకా పాయింట్ రాసుకోలేదు కదా మనం. Yeah, right on the point. DBMS stores data in navigational or hierarchical model. So I hope everybody knows what is hierarchical form.
Yes.
DBMS shows in hierarchical or navigational form. Next parameter. Next parameter. Number of users. Bracket lo concurrency. One of the very important terminology. Number of users. Bracket lo concurrency. Number of users. Bracket lo concurrency. So let me spell out that. CONCU.
Bro, if
CON.
you don't- once again, bro.
CONCU. Double R. CONCU. Double R. ENCY. Concurrency. Number of users bracket lo concurrency. CONCU double RENCI concurrency. Does anybody knows what is concurrency? Meaning concurrency meaning. Okay, let me explain you. Okay, so concurrent and English. Okay, so one single application being used by the multiple users. Okay, one single application being used by the multiple users. So let's for example take a SBI server. Okay, so Tejashwi has a SBI server. Okay, and then Sai has a SBI server, me has a SBI account. Okay, so we are three people using SBI at the same time. Understanding?
Yes.
Okay, so it has a good concurrency. Okay, so good what is not good concurrency means. Okay, so if Tejashwi is using SBI server means, so I cannot able to use. Okay, if I am using the SBI server means the Sai cannot be used. Okay, so at a time single person use చేస్తున్నాడు అంటే, so it does not have a good concurrency. Okay, so when one single application is being used by the multiple users, it has a good concurrency levels. Okay,
Okay.
ఒక సింగిల్ అప్లికేషన్ ని మల్టిపుల్ యూజర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు అంటే ఇట్ కంటైన్స్ ద గుడ్ కాంకరెన్సీ. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ వన్ సింగిల్ అప్లికేషన్ ఇస్ బీయింగ్ యూజ్డ్ బై ద సింగిల్ పర్సన్ అట్ ఏ టైం, ఓకే, ఆ అప్లికేషన్ మళ్ళీ ఇంకొక పర్సన్ యూజ్ చేయలేకపోతే దాన్ని మనం ఏమంటే దెర్ ఇస్ నో గుడ్ కాంకరెన్సీ. ఇస్ దట్ క్లియర్ టు ఎవ్రీబడి?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So write down about the RDBMS. It supports multiple users. RDBMS supports multiple users. It has a good concurrency levels.
It support.
It supports multiple users. It supports multiple users. Supports multiple users. It has a good concurrency levels. It has a good concurrency levels. So we will be measuring concurrency with the help of levels. Okay.
Okay.
It has a good concurrency levels. Done, Adi?
Yes.
Okay. Next, DBMS law. DBMS uses. Sorry, DBMS supports single user only. DBMS supports single user only. DBMS supports single user only. Done?
Yes.
Okay. Next parameter is ACID. ACID. So you no need to worry about all these parameters. Okay, so all these parameters will be touched when we go in deep to the SQL server. Okay. The number of like the concurrency and acid properties. So these things will be discussed in the upcoming classes. You don't need to worry about it. Okay. So parameter, okay, see ACID. Done?
Hmm.
Write down about
ACID or ECD?
ACID, acid.
Okay.
ACID. Okay. So RDBMS law. RDBMS are harder to construct RDBMS are harder to construct, harder to construct, but they consist, but they consist, but they consist, but they are consistent and rascal, but they are very consistent and well structured, but they are very consistent and well structured, well structured. RDBMS follows ACID. RDBMS follows ACID. RDBMS are harder to construct, but they are consistent and well structured. RDBMS follows ACID. Done? Na?
Yes.
Okay. So next DBMS lo raskondi. Write down in DBMS. In DBMS, it will not support, it will not follow on raskondi. Not support kodi, it will not follow ACID. 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 So it can lead to, so it can lead to develop inconsistent in the database. Inconsistent in the database.
Develop.
It can develop inconsistence in the database. So it can develop inconsistence in the database. Done? Na? Done, na andi?
Yes.
So write on the next point. Integrity constraints. Parameters lo integrity constraints.
Integrity.
Integrity constraints. Okay, na parameter just integrity constraints. Okay. Integrity constraints. Should I spell it?
Constraint split, sir.
Okay. CON STR CON STR AINTS CON STR AINTS integrity constraints. Done? Na? Integrity constraints. Okay. So write down the point about, see, first of all, let me tell you about the constraints. So constraints are set of rules anamata. Understanding? Constraints are set of rules. Okay, so manaki integrity constraints ki separate topic undi. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so as of now, just know that integrity constraints are nothing but the set of rules anamata. Okay, done andi?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So write down about RDBMS. So RDBMS supports the integrity constraints. RDBMS supports the integrity constraints. RDBMS supports the integrity constraints at the schema level.
Understand?
RDBMS supports integrity constraints at the schema level. At the schema level.
Scheme.
at the schema level. So schema level అంటే ఏంటి? Columns level, correct?
Yes.
సో మనం ఇంటిగ్రిటీ కన్స్ట్రెంట్స్ అనేది మనము కాలమ్ లెవెల్స్ లో అప్లై చేస్తాం అనమాట. ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు అప్లై ఎనీ రూల్, ఓకే, ఆల్ దోస్ రూల్స్ విల్ బి అప్లైడ్ ఆన్ టాప్ ఆఫ్ ది కాలమ్ లెవెల్. రిమెంబర్ దిస్ పాయింట్. ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు అప్లై ద కన్స్ట్రెంట్స్, సో కన్స్ట్రెంట్స్ ఆర్ నథింగ్ బట్ ద సెట్ ఆఫ్ రూల్స్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు అప్లై ద సెట్ ఆఫ్ రూల్స్ ఆర్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు అప్లై ద సెట్ ఆఫ్ కన్స్ట్రెంట్స్, ఓకే, this one can be applied only on top of the schema level. Okay, on top of the schema level. Done, Andy?
Yes.
Okay, next, values beyond a defined range, defined rule, values
In
beyond
DBMS, bro.
RDBMS లో constraints at schema level తర్వాత comma values beyond defined rule, values beyond defined rule, defined rule cannot be stored into particular column. ఓకే, సో మనం ఒక కాలమ్ పైన ఒక రూల్ డిఫైన్ చేసి ఉంటామండి. ఓకేనా, సో లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ, లెట్ మీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ ద గివెన్ గుడ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. So we have a table 1. Okay, so everybody can see whiteboard, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a table 1. సో ఈ టేబుల్ 1 లో ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి పైన నేను ఒక కన్స్ట్రైంట్ అప్లై చేసి ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా, సో ఆ కన్స్ట్రైంట్ ఆ రూల్ ఏంటి అంటే దిస్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి హ్యాస్ టు బి యూనిక్ ఫర్ ద ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ రికార్డ్. ఓకే, ఈ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి అనేది యూనిక్ గా ఉండాలి ప్రతి ఒక్క ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి. ఓకేనా, సో మనకు ఆల్రెడీ 1 ఉంది, 2 ఉంది, కరెక్టా? బట్ ఇఫ్ ఐ ట్రై టు స్టోర్ డేటా ఫర్ వన్ మోర్ టైమ్ యాజ్ అ 1, okay, if I try to store data for one more time as a 1, okay, so it will be not allowed. Why? Because rule has been applied on top of the employee ID, correct? Okay, so these are the rules will be considered as a constraints anamata. Understanding? So we have around 6 rules. Okay, so we will be discussing all those. So even the relationship I told you, right?
Hmm.
So relationship is also one of the constraint only. Okay, understanding? Yes, if you remember these points, no, I'm telling you, like when we go to the very deeper concepts, you can understand very quickly. Okay, so at that time you don't need to get, you don't need to have a one more discussion at all. Okay,
Okay.
understanding?
Yes.
Next, coming to the DBMS. DBMS does not suppose the integrity constraints.
Sir,
DBMS does not support the DBMS does not supports the integrity constraints.
integrity,
DBMS does not support the integrity constraint, comma
integrity,
constraints. DBMS does not support the integrity constraints. Should I spell for one more time?
no need, sir.
Okay, comma the integrity constraints are the integrity constraints are not possible at file level. Integrity constraints are not possible at file level. Okay, so మన ఫైల్ లెవెల్లో ఎటువంటి కన్స్ట్రెంట్స్ మనం అప్లై చేయలేము అనమాట. డన్?
Okay.
నెక్స్ట్ పారామీటర్ ఇస్ నార్మలైజేషన్. Next parameter is normalization. Okay, write down. RDBMS can be normalized. RDBMS can be normalized. RDBMS can be normalized. Done?
Okay.
DBMS no? DBMS DBMS does not support the normalization. DBMS does not support the normalization. DBMS does not support the normalization. Done?
Yes, bro.
Okay. Next parameter, distributed database. Distributed database.
Distributed.
Database. Distributed database. Right on the point for RDBMS. RDBMS offers. RDBMS offers. RDBMS offers distributed databases. DBMS does not support distributed data. Done?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. So that is it about today's concept. Okay. So do you have any questions in today's concept? Any concerns or any queries in the concept? So I think your first class will be little bit understandable or not understandable. Okay. But if you practice the today's concept, I'm telling you in the upcoming classes, it will be very easier. Okay.
Okay.
Very important concept. So write down the interview questions for the DBMS and RDBMS.
Interview questions, bro.
Yes, interview question. So after finishing the concept, we will be discussing about some interview questions. Okay. So this one will be task for you also. Okay.
Hmm.
So our interview questions are task to work out. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Okay. So write down the first question. Give me any 5 differences between give me any 5 differences between DBMS and RDBMS. Done?
Hmm.
Next. Please, can you brief me about why we have to go with RDBMS?
Bro.
Can you brief me about why do we have to go with the RDBMS? Done?
Sir, can you brief me?
Can you brief me about why we have to go with RDBMS? Why do we have to go with RDBMS? Done?
Yes.
Okay, next. Brief me about RDBMS and DBMS. Brief me about RDBMS and DBMS. So these are the interview questions. So these are the tasks for you guys. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to send your task details in WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay.
WhatsApp group ఉంది కదండి
Hmm.
ఆ గ్రూప్ లో పోస్ట్ చేయండి ఓకే సో బై ది ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే ఐ వాంట్ ఎవ్రీవన్ టు బి ఆన్సర్ ఆల్ దోస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఓకే ఐ విల్ ఎవాల్యుయేట్ each and everyone's answer sheets ఓకేనండి
Okay.
ఓకే సో ఎనీ కన్సర్న్స్ Okay, so I have shared your feedback link. Please confirm me whether you received or not. And then please try to access it. So if you cannot access, I will try to reshare for one more time. I have shared in the chat window. So please confirm me whether you received or not. Everybody received a form. Okay. So, you people can access it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So please fill the form. So today, nearly 8 persons, 7 persons has attended the class. Okay. So there has to be 7 feedback forms. Okay. So if you give the feedback, the class will have a good progress. Okay. If you don't give the feedback, then I'll follow the as usual. Okay. So I need everyone's feedback at any cost. Okay. At the end of the session, I will be asking you the feedback. Okay. So what I will suggest you is, so please try to save that link with you guys. Okay. So a link save chesi pettukondi. Okay. So it will be helpful to you for the daily communication. Done?
Yeah.
I received from 3 persons. Topic దగ్గర please try to give the topic name. Okay, don't try to give any name. Don't give your name. Okay, topic దగ్గర try to give the whatever the topic we have discussed today. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I will be expecting each and everyone's feedback. Okay, so I will be evaluating it. Okay, so no questions, right, from now, as of now? Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, so I think everybody remembered. I have given you the task. Okay, so those are the tasks I have to be seen in the WhatsApp group. Your answers. Each and everyone has to be answered their answers. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, guys. We'll meet up tomorrow at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. Have a good day to everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.